this meditation. I mentioned earlier on chaos magic. Now, the tools that they used to attack us, in particular social media and mainstream media, became the tools by which we defeated them. And by that I mean, for every moment of psychological terror they threw at us, many of us, not just me, thousands of people, created a satirical meme or something else to take the piss out of them. And this was the chaos magic. This has probably been the greatest chaos magic operation in history. In fact, it has to be. That those of us who did not fall for the psychological terrorism and kept their wits about us used these memes and other things in our disposal to derail, or should I say, provide a correctional force towards natural law, because they were in deeply profane territory when they came after us the way they did. We're dealing with an alien predator pathological consciousness, but it's also of very low level consciousness. It is not able to withstand or deal with satire, and it's not able to deal with people's growing ability to understand that the mainstream media and the globalist agenda as a whole is utterly absurd and comical. It does not know how to fight that. And that was the weapon we killed it with, and we'll continue to slew it with. We did it. We used, yes, what you had, you held. Every last one of you deserves credit for that. Many of you, I know, went into horrific personal thing. Maybe had your someone you loved got transubstantiated and you didn't. And that's the purpose of the comments in these videos. But from day one, in fact, anyone who's following me for a long time, and some of you have been following me for over a decade, know that I'm a chaos magician at heart. I use satire. I use characters, Barry Drumore, Anto and Deco, Nigel Nonsmania, and others I've created over the years. The velocity of now was nothing more than one gigantic chaos magic ritual. And that was boot camp for the last 2 years. In between the facts, the philosophy, the serious discussion, it was the satirical tangents that not just me, but millions of people, many thousands of people out there used to create this correctional force within natural law, that the whole thing is turned around at an incredible speed. This was a new thing, and we were ready for it. Something or somebody out there loves you more than you know. And it's not just me. I'm talking about there's a spiritual force out there that because you abided by the diktats of natural law and refused to be used by these people in the way they were using others, that you were rewarded by the gods. It's as simple as that. You were rewarded by the gods. And I know there's an awful lot of pain. And this is what the gods are. The gods are, a blessing from the gods is you abiding by natural law. When you are profane, it will never ever work. And they reach levels of profane that had not been unheard of in history. It was what they used on us was black magic, and what we used back on them was chaos magic. Now, black magic, we used white magic in the form of chaos. Black magic is highly effective in the short term because it preys on other people by altering their consciousness and will towards the objective of the black magician. Therefore, you just look at what they've done to you. Look how they use psychological terrorism on the evening news, the Claire Burns of this world, the Kay Burleys, the CNNs, etc. The pop stars, like the animals from the animal from the Pfizer chiefs, the rest of them, all the fucking celebrities, scumbags, you know, salespeople basically, and they were all in violation of natural law using black magic. When you say who hasn't been needle crafted, and then you get them to boo them. When you say no one can see my music if they're not needle crafted, your drummer will die. You will murder your drummer with the needlecraft. Ever think about that one, you piece of shit? And you know who you are. You will murder the ones around. They will die, and you won't get away with it. You can hide it all you fucking like. If you're a sports manager and you demand that all the team be transubstantiated, and a couple of them are maimed or die, you won't fucking get away with that. Because you are in such fucking beastly violation of natural law that all it took was a few thousand assholes like us, and to shove it right back in your face with chaos magic and satire, coupled with millions who just said, no, no, I refuse. I bet when you said that, I bet when the day came when you said to yourself, no fucking way, it felt like a billion bricks were lifted off your shoulder. You know what that billion bricks lifting off your shoulder sensation was? You correcting yourself within the diktats of natural law. You're practicing white magic, although you may not know it, that's what you were doing, okay? The rules of engagement for this motherfucking last 2.5 years were never going to be resolved in elections. We're never going to be resolved in the mainstream media. We're never going to be resolved in the debates at government level, in committees, in court hearings. They were going to be done. They were going to be dealt with in the otherworldly supernatural sphere than which this black magic was launched upon us by the globalists. And we won. We won because all we had to do was hold what we had. And they would only be able to do. Black magic works extremely effectively at first, but when it falls apart, it falls asunder. And not only that, those who partake in the black magic ritual cannot escape the blowback from the psychic sphere. All magic is a science we don't understand, remember, and nature we don't fully understand. The blowback from the natural sphere will be inescapable. You're listening to these politicians. Are you listening to the celebrities? Are you listening to these newsreaders? Are you listening to this fact checkers? Not only will you not be resolved and made pure in this life, but you will not be resolved and made pure in the next life, and neither will your seed. Your seed and your seed's seeds will carry the abomination that you foisted upon decent human beings who only wanted to live their life, for all eternity, until they reject the profane that is you, until they stand up and say, my father was a TV newsreader who made fun of people, or a journalist on the blow on the beer, on the whiskey and the blow, who asked for people to be mandatory needle crafted. I reject you. You were poison, and now my soul can begin the path towards correction of natural justice. You listen to me. You can fucking laugh at me all you like, but did you really fucking think that it was going to be resolved this fucking quickly? Did you really think that, Luke O'Neill? Did you really think that, Jacinta Ardern? Did you really think that, Justin Trudeau? How quickly it spun around, And your whole build back better is now, how the fuck can I escape this? And yet, got news for you, you fucking won't, and your fucking seed won't. That is the curse, the hex that will follow you into more generations than have lived on this planet to begin with. You are pollution. And the forces and the demonic pathological consciousness of the alien force that you worked for has now, or is now presently, departing this planet. And all you have to look forward to is an eternity of the abyss, not looking back on you, but the only domain and realm you will ever fucking know. Let that sink in. Let that sink in, celebrity, that people in the future will curse your name, will mock your name, that your seed will change their name so they're not connected to you. So no one will know this, in some hope that they can escape following you to the abyss as well. This is the quarry of black magic, and you took part in the greatest black magic spell that was ever foisted, unleashed, or cast upon the surface of this planet. And now the payback begins. It's over, and you didn't manage to escape. The dice were rolled and you crapped out. There is no escape parachute from this. You are utterly fucked. You are so utterly fucked that you would be begging for a Nuremberg too. You are so utterly fucked that you would wish that someone would string you up on a piano wire from a lamppost. Because the flesh can be dealt with, but the soul, or what's left of you, your basic soul, your essence, can never be dealt with. In the same way, the court of eternal justice awaits you, and the shackles are for all eternity. You didn't fucking get away with it, and you were never going to get away with it. So how does that feel now? And I don't care if you you delete my YouTube channel now. It's all saved on Odyssey, and other people will be downloading this video. I don't care, because I can live out the rest of my life knowing that I wasn't part of the greatest evil that this world has ever known. Like everyone watching this in the tribes, our conscience is clear. Can you say the same? No, and you will never escape. And if you want to know what darkness is, the darkness that you foisted upon us was nothing compared to the encroaching abyss of eternal oblivion that's facing you and your seed. And you have no one but your own greed, psychopathy, narcissism, and cowardice to blame. At the end of the day, when the last beat of your heart happens, you won't have anywhere to go. Was it worth it now, Stephen Colbert and your dancing vaccine fruits? Was it worth it now, Jimmy Kimmel? Was it worth it now, Ryan Tuberty? Was it worth it now, John Bon Jovi? You stupid, utter fucks. I almost feel sorry for you, because you are going to experience anything, everything and anything far more worse than the people, and from the young children to the athletes, who died because you coerced them into that evil fucking demonic alien substance. Guess what? I forced nobody. The people watching this channel forced nobody. With all your money and all your fame and all your power, I bet you would give it all away right now, fully knowing what faces you, to be this Irish bastard sitting in a shit car, living in a shit house with fuck all money. But I bet right now that every single member of the tribe that you would want to be any one of them. So spend the rest of your days contemplating what you can never resolve. Reducing your carbon footprint won't do it. Even apologizing for it won't do it, because it's monumental. The doctor in Austria showed you the only way out. But the problem is, none of you scum, or almost none of you scum, have a spoonful of honor to do what she did. As for the rest of the tribe, like I said, you're watching this video with your blood clean, knowing that some greater force beyond you loved you enough to keep you here. Namaste. Love yous all.